Alright, so in this problem I have x minus 3 squared is equal to x squared. So to solve this, I want to find the value of x. So for my solution, first start with x minus 3 squared is equal to x squared. Then I'm going to subtract x squared on both sides. So now I have x minus 3 squared minus x squared is equal to 0. Now, if I have something in the form a squared minus b squared, this is equal to a plus b times a minus b. So in this case, a is x minus 3 and b is x. So I have x minus 3 plus x times x minus 3 minus x. And this is equal to 0. So all we have to do is simplify this. So for x minus 3 plus x, I'm going to add these two x's. So now I have 2x, and then I have minus 3 at the end, times for x minus 3 minus x, cancel out the x and negative x. So now I'm left with negative 3 is equal to 0. So now, if I go ahead and distribute this negative 3 times 2x is negative 6x. Negative 3 times negative 3 is positive 9 is equal to 0. So I subtract 9 on both sides. I get negative 6 is equal to 9. Sorry, negative 6 is equal to negative 9. And then I divide both sides by negative 6. And I get x is equal to 3 over 2. Now another way I can do this is I'm actually going to write this up here. I have 2x minus 3 times negative 3 is equal to 0. This time I can actually divide both sides by negative 3. So I get 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. So 2x is equal to 3 and x is equal to 3 over 2. So that's two different subparts of solving this, and 3 over 2 is my solution. Alright, so in this problem, I have x to the power of x is equal to 2 to the power of 2048. So to solve this problem, I obviously want to find the value of x. So for my solution, first start with x to the power of x is equal to 2 to the power of 2048. And now I'm going to rewrite 2048 here as 2 times 1024. Now, if I have something in the form a to the power of m times n, this is equal to a to the power of m to the power of n. So in this case, a is 2, m is 2, and n is 1024. So if I rewrite this in this form, I get 2 to the power of 2 to the power of 1024. And remember, this is equal to x to the power of x. Now, 2 to the power of 2, that's equal to 4. So I have x to the power of x is equal to 4 to the power of 1024. Now, I'm going to repeat what I just did again. So 1024, that's equal to 2 times 512. So now I have x to the power of x is equal to 4 to the power of 2 times 512. And again, this is equal to x to the power of x is equal to 4 to the power of 2 to the power of 512. 4 to the power of 2 is 16. So I have x to the power of x is equal to 16 to the power of 512. Now 512 I can rewrite as 256 times 2. So I have x to the power of x is equal to 16 to the power of 2 times 256. Now, this, I'm going to do the same thing again. So I have 16 to the power of 2 to the power of 256. And 16 to the power of 2, that's equal to 256. So now I have x to the power of x is equal to 256 to the power of 256. And if I have something in the form a to the power of a is equal to b to the power of b, this means that a is equal to b. So in this case, x is equal to 256. And to test this, I'm going to plug this in. So I have 256 in for x. So I have 256 to the power of 256 is equal to 2 to the power of 2048. And remember, we just wrote all of this, so we know that 2 to the power of 2048 is equal to 2 to the power of 2048. All right, so in this problem, I have 2 to the power of x minus 1 is equal to 3 to the power of x plus 1. So I want to find the value of x here. So for my solution, I first start with 2 to the power of x minus 1 is equal to 3 to the power of x plus 1. Now, I'm actually going to take the log on both sides. So now I have log 2 to the power of x minus 1 is equal to log 3 to the power of x plus 1. And if I have something in the form log a to the power of b, I can move this exponent b to the front. So this is equal to b times log a. So in this case, I have log 2 to the power of x minus 1. I can move x minus 1 to the front. And log 3 to the power of x plus 1, I can move x plus 1 to the front. So now I have x minus 1 times log 2 is equal to x plus 1 times log 3. Now, if I distribute these two, I have x times log 2 minus log 2 is equal to x times log 3 plus log 3. Now I'm going to subtract x times log 2 on both sides and add log 2 on both sides, subtract log 3 on both sides. So then these two cancel out, and I have negative log 2 minus log 3 is equal to x times log 3 minus x times log 2. Now if I factor out x from here, I get x times log 3 minus log 2 is equal to negative log 2 minus log 3. If I divide both sides by log 3 minus log 2, I have x is equal to negative log 2 minus log 3 over log 3 minus log 2. Now, if I multiply both sides by negative 1, I get x is equal to log 3 plus log 2 over log 2 minus log 3. So this is my answer.